Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gash, producers of the finest tomato paste in the Gambia. Jaja tomato paste, available in 5 kilos, 1 kilo and in sachets. For wholesale and retail, visit our factory at Banjulunding. We are also producers of Jaja mineral water, cool, clear and fresh. Gash, Gambia, Angola, China Holding, with headquarters at Fatu Golden Plaza, Mile 7, Bertel Harding Highway. Gash Group also provides the best security company, Gash Security, for your offices, warehouses, homes and personal property. Gash Group for all your construction projects, offering you quality water reticulation for your gardens, pump irrigation, tidal irrigation projects and all types of buildings. You can contact Gash on 396-7894, 700-8993, 373-0259. Visit us at Gash Global Group on Battle Harden Highway, Fatu Golden Plaza. Our website www.gashglobal.com. Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gash.
It's a warm reception to our studio here in Sarakunda. This is Star TV News with me, Dado Chan. In the headlines tonight, Commissioner Belgrave presents his credentials to President Adama Barrow. GDC denies members safety intelligence to NPP. Tourism Ministry to disburse 100 million within its stakeholders. On the international scene, Trump-Biden battle in ugly first U.S. election debate. Indian farmers protest against alleged exploitative new laws. Those were the headlines, and now the news in details. The new British High Commissioner to the Gambia, His Excellency David Belgrave, today presented his letter of credence to His Excellency President Adama Barrow at State House. Maria Madam has more.
High Commissioner Belgrave replaces his predecessor, Sharon Waddle, who ended her tour of duty in the Gambia in July this year. While speaking to journalists after presenting his credentials to the President, His Excellency David Belgrave says he is honored to take this new appointment in the Gambia and presenting his letter of credence to the President, noting that the two countries have a strong historical relations.
Well, first of all, I'd like to say what an honour it is to be appointed the British High Commissioner to the Gambia, and what an honour it has been to meet with the President just now. The Gambia and the UK have a long history and a long history of friendship, and that's something that I want to build upon, and it has been a privilege today to talk about our future relations with the Gambia.
High Commissioner Belgrave congratulated President Barrow for his democratic reforms in the Gambia and further assured to continue working on building the democratic reforms among others. He also promised to help the country in recovering from economic downfalls caused by the global pandemic.
Well, first of all, I congratulated the President on the democratic reforms that the Gambia has made to date and how we wish to work with the Gambia as friends to build on those reforms. In addition, we want to continue and build on the work that we do in a number of areas, including democracy, human rights, security sector reform, health, education, all of those things we want to continue to build on. But also, I said to the President, I want to help with the economic recovery, particularly after the COVID situation, and attract more investment from the UK into the Gambia. And also, we're working on our defence relationship and hope to do more work, training and mentoring and building capacity within the Gambian Armed Forces.
The diplomatic relations between the Gambia and the United Kingdom further strengthens the historic ties between the two countries. The cooperation between the two states ranges from tourism and culture, national security, and defense training, education through the various scholarships. Britain continues to be a key partner in other areas such as democratic governance, peace building, youth employment, and irregular migration. Mariama Dem, reporting for Star TV News.
The Gambia Democratic Congress (NBR) chairman has denied reports that his party supporters have joined the NPP in large numbers. Binta Koli reports.
Serigne Abdul Aziz warned President Adama Barrow to be aware of people who are convincing him that he will win the next presidential election. Reacting to reports that supporters of the GDC led by the Councillor of Medina Serigne Mas shifted allegiance to President's NPP, Abdul Aziz said the claims are totally false. He challenged them to come out with proofs to substitute that those people came from the GDC. He added that Gambians are no longer sleeping. Everybody is politically aware. Nobody can fool the people, and Barrow himself should know better, he said. He added Councillor Ba is not even a new defector to the NPP, as he had joined the Barrow camp since last year during the President's Meet the People tour. Aziz continued, Barrow should remember that the many thousands of Gambians who have sacrificed to free this nation from the clutches of tyranny to establish a new Gambia will continue to protect and defend that freedom. No matter what they do or say, the sons and daughters of this great country will solely wake up from this trance of political madness as winners. He argued that people should stop being selfish and see the country first. Barrow will go, but this country will stay. We need prayers for salvation, because if not, we will be dumped. We must change the narrative from being NPP or GDC to being about what is fundamentally at stake, tyranny or liberty. Gambians have a choice to make, he said. For Star TV News, I am Binta Koli.
The Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture on Wednesday convened a press briefing where he revealed that his ministry will pump $100 million within all the tourism-affiliated entities. The financial package is meant to help those in the tourism sector to prepare for the opening of the tourism season. Modu Al-Baji tells us more.
The COVID-19 pandemic has negatively impacted the Gambia's tourism sector, which led to the closure of the industry in March, when the country registered its first coronavirus case. Nevertheless, plans are in place to reopen the tourism sector. The Tourism Minister, Ahmad Nkeba, outlined how his ministry plans to help those working in the tourism sector and its affiliated sector, noting that those in the tourism sector, such as the tourist drivers, bird watchers, tourist guide, craft market vendors, hotel and restaurant owners will be assisted financially. Moreover, the Poetry and Writers Association are also included in the package. The minister added that the financial package will be disbursed on Thursday to various sectors of the tourism industry. The Gambia has lost a good percentage of its tourism as a result of the ill attitude of some bouncers. Owing to that, Honorable Ba said they will look for a plan to address the issue.
It never ends. What I came to realize is it's a social issue that should be addressed. Lack of jobs, some of them dropped out of school, they don't have means of paying their school fees, they don't have parents to help them, and I think that's where we should address it. We should address it before they go to the boxes. That's what I believe now. And I think many of my colleagues are becoming convinced that bombing is a social issue that needs to be addressed at different levels. You don't find degree holders or people of higher education doing that there. You don't. You only find people who are dropouts, mostly, who don't have even support from parents and the rest of it, who are usually there. And I think we need to approach it through that means. It's a social issue that we have to approach and address it at that level. That's what I believe. Not going, beating them, locking them up. It's not the solution. I have come to that conclusion. Not about number of police who goes there, whatever. That's not the issue. I think the issue is we should address it socially to minimize it. You can also stop it, but you can minimize it. You have countries where you are bombing is death center, but we pray never to be that. Those countries. We just believe that we can manage it.
Tourism is one of the biggest sources of income and employment in the Gambia. However, the negative impact of the COVID-19 has greatly hampered many business entities in the industry. As a result, the tourism minister wants to give a helping hand by supporting business owners with finance. For Star TV, I am Modu Elbaji.
Those were the local stories. We will be back with the international news.
Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gosh, producers of the finest tomato paste in the Gambia. Jaja tomato paste, available in 5 kilos, 1 kilo and in sachets. For wholesale and retail, visit our factory at Banjulunding. We are also producers of Jaja mineral water, cool, clear and fresh. Gosh, Gambia, Angola, China Holding, with headquarters at Fatu Golden Plaza, Mile 7, Bertel Harding Highway. Gosh Group also provides the best security company, Gosh Security, for your offices, warehouses, homes and personal property. Gosh Group for all your construction projects, offering you quality water reticulation for your gardens, pump irrigation, tidal irrigation projects and all types of buildings. You can contact Gosh on 396-7894, 700-8993, 373-0259. Visit us at Gosh Global Group on Battle Harden Highway, Fatu Golden Plaza. Our website www.goshglobal.com. Gambia, Angola, China Holding, Gosh.
And now the news beyond our borders. Scattered interruptions and personal insults made the first U.S. debate between the U.S. President Donald Trump and his Democratic challenger, Joe Biden. The discussions in coronavirus, civil unrest, and the economic were often drawn out, and Trump has provoked outrage for failing to condemn white supremacist groups. Al Jazeera John Handry reports.
It was less a debate than a verbal brawl. President Donald Trump, lagging in polls, lashed out early and dominated the clock. Trump repeatedly sought to throw Joe Biden off balance with a blizzard of interruptions that left the moderators scrambling to regain control.
The worst part of Obamacare, sir. Chris, that was the worst part of Obama.
Let me ask my question. President, I'm the moderator of this debate, and I would like you to let me ask my question, and then you can answer your question.
Go ahead. Chris, we want to get rid of it.
I understand it, sir, but I have to give you roughly equal time. Please let the vice president talk.
Good.
Biden, sometimes struggling to get back to his point, repeatedly lost patience.
Well, it's hard to get any word in with this clown.
Will you shut up, man?
Listen.
There were moments of coherent conversation on why each should be president.
Because there has never been an administration or president who has done more than I've done in a period of 3.5 years.
And why the other man should not.
Under this president, we become weaker, sicker, poorer, more divided, and more violent. When I was vice president, we inherited a recession. I've gone head-to-head with Putin and made it clear to him we're not going to take any of his stuff. He's Putin's puppy.
There were bitter exchanges on the coronavirus.
Let him finish. Do you believe for a moment what he's telling you in light of all the lies he's told you about the whole issue relating to COVID? A lot of people died, and a lot more are going to die unless he gets a lot smarter, a lot quicker.
Mr. President?
Don't ever use the word smart with me.
And there were heated accusations over taxes.
But why didn't you do it over the last 25 years?
Because you weren't president. Because you weren't president screwing things up.
You were a senator. And
You're
by
the
way,
worst
you were
president America has ever had.
Hey,
Come
Joe,
on.
let me
Trump denied a New York Times report that he pays a pittance in taxes.
Is it true that you paid $750 in federal income taxes each of those 2 years?
Show us your tax
I paid $38 million 1 year. I paid $27 million.
Show us your tax
1 year.
returns.
And the president declined once again to condemn white supremacists.
But are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups?
I would say almost everything I see is from the left wing.
Biden tried to be the adult in the room, the man with a plan to resolve the coronavirus and to restore civility to government. Trump tried to befuddle Biden with constant interruptions, playing into the narrative that the former vice president is beyond his prime. And Trump sought to draw Biden's ire with attacks on his son Hunter, with some success.
Hunter got thrown out of the military. He was thrown out, dishonorably discharged.
That's not true. He wasn't dishonorably.
Cocaine use.
My son, like a lot of people we know at home, had a drug problem. He's overtaken it. He's fixed it. He's worked on it. And I'm proud of him.
In a starkly divided U.S., the debate might have changed few minds, but it might well have hardened positions between two candidates with little love lost between them. John Hendren, Al Jazeera, Cleveland.
Fine. In India, nationwide protests by farmers against new laws they say will exploit them are intensifying. But the government insists the changes will transform the country's agricultural sector and attract private investment. Al Jazeera Muhammad Jamju reports.
Among farmers in India, anger is growing. On Monday, demonstrators in Bengaluru, the capital of southern Karnataka state, took to the streets, denouncing 3 new laws they say expose them to exploitation by private buyers of their produce and by big business. Protesters called for a statewide strike and burned effigies of government officials.
All the farming community will lose their land and be forced to become slaves of the big companies.
Many of the bills passed by the government, the Land Bill and regulations against the Farmers and Agricultural Produce Marketing Committee will be fatal to the farmers.
India's agriculture sector makes up nearly 15% of the country's $2.9 trillion economy and employs around half of its 1.3 billion people. Throughout the country, the plight of farmers, who have struggled for decades, is a major political issue. Many are heavily in debt and suicides are common. The governing Bharatiya Janata Party, or BJP, say farmers are being misled by opposition parties and insist the legislation will help liberalize agriculture markets.
We as a party have decided that we will move to every hook and corner of the country and educate farmers, and this is the need of the hour. Through this only farmers' income can be improved, and this is the requirement.
On the same day, another demonstration, this one in New Delhi. With police on guard, the atmosphere becomes heated. These farmers say their lives will only worsen. But as many are detained, they say they'll carry on with their protest. Muhammad Jamjoom, Al Jazeera.
Before we end the news, a recap of our main headlines. Commissioner Balgraf presents his credentials to President Adama Barrow. GDC denies members safety intelligence to NPP. Tourism Ministry to disburse 100 million within its stakeholders. On the international scene, Trump-Biden battle in ugly first US election debate. Indian farmers protest against alleged exploitative new laws. That's all for this edition of the news. Please enjoy the rest of our programs and join us for tomorrow's news. Thank you for watching.